Good morning, welcome to the Peak District, specifically the Roaches. I'm probably not actually staying here this morning. I've dropped by because there's quite a bit of mist running around the place, and it's going to disappear fairly quickly, I think. I don't think there'll be enough time for me to do much with it here other than I've taken a few shots. I might get the drone up, get a couple of pictures of one of my favourite trees over there. I must admit, I'm contemplating walking up to top of the edge there, Hen Cloud, but I don't know. I mean, I've got a destination in mind, and I'm being drawn here because of what I'm seeing right now. The sun's just sort of come up there, and I don't know if it's going to give me what I need, or I should just move on and stick with the plan. Not that it's much of a plan, but anyway. Right now I'm going to just take a few quick shots here, maybe get some drone footage, enjoy the Roaches.
5 minutes later.
Okay, so I stuck around and I did some shots. Unfortunately, this is one of them moments where, like on a dime, everything turned. Let me just try and bring in the background for you. So I've had this for about 10 minutes now. I've been shooting, I've been doing drone footage. Got some, I think, hopefully when I get home, you'll see them soon, drone photographs, which has been great to shoot. I've not done that for a long time. I hope they work out. But the footage should be spectacular. I hope I've either put a bit up now you've enjoyed it, or you're about to. So look out for that. As you can see, the sun essentially painted the sky, which was 50-50 whether it was going to happen, and it did. And then these misty clouds are coming over. These are coming right across from the peak that way. And then I've got the fog bank. Or it's cloud inversion. I don't know how you tell which is which these days. Look at it. It's so beautiful. I'm going to stick around here for a bit. Now, I'm sorry I've not done any to camera stuff, but hopefully the images and the video will do the talking. But I need to capture this. This is what I'm here for, so I need to capture this. It's, you know, but look at it behind me. Look at it. Sublime, I believe they say. Sublime. And that fog bank or mist or cloud, wherever it is, it's coming across Hen Cloud. I want to get some shots of that, so away we go. Right, I've banged out a few shots now so I can talk about it and I won't feel like I've missed out, hopefully. So yeah, as it's coming along the front, I'm just catching it in different places, just where it looks the most aesthetically pleasing as it wraps around, and Hen Cloud is just sort of jutting out from it. It's beautiful. It looks almost mountainous. It's probably the closest I'm ever get to a proper mountain. But what helps is the way the clouds are lit. And it's sending a bit of light behind the mist, so that's great. That's just really useful. Thank you. Now what I'm kind of hoping is the lonely tree here, just there he is. I'm hoping that enough of that spills behind it to give it atmosphere, but not to blank out the background, and I can keep that colour in. So I want everything. Could happen. It's kind of happening. So again, I'm only on me like handheld Action 5 here. I don't know why I was shaking it then. I'm on my handheld Action 5. I haven't got time to set anything up because this kind of was sprung on me. So come along for the ride at the very least and look out for the pictures. Right, I'm going to do them now. Here we are, where Eddie is happiest. I'm in Woodland. This is my secret bit of woodland. I've never seen another photography here, and I'm hoping I can keep it that way because I'm mean and selfish. But it's only a small area, and it's got tons of different scenes to look at. You got tall straight trees, oaks, got mushrooms, got loads of fern, bramble that trip me up every 2 minutes. But it's really nice anyway. So this is where I'm going to spend, I hope, a relaxed morning. The other nice thing about it is because I've never seen another photographer here, I can just stroll around and be really, really calm and you know, not worry if I'm getting in anyone's way. Anyway, what are we looking at today? Well, the first thing I noticed, oddly enough, when I got in here was that the fern around here is still green. So it's contrasting nicely against the tree tops. There's a lot of trees that have started to colour here, which is good. I want that contrast, that's good. Just so you know, that mist from earlier is still around, but I did feel going deeper and deeper into the peak wouldn't serve any purpose, because by the time I got set up it'd be gone and I'd just be cursing, wasting sun, wasting the light, which I can't complain about. Light's coming in from over that side right now, and it's just catching. Bring these trees around. It's just catching these trees here, which I'm probably going to shoot in a second. But I'd like it a little bit higher to just touch the tips here, because I'm on a bank. I want it to just touch the tips of the ferns and just really make them glow. That's what I'm after. Then we're going to wander that way. But anyway, we're a backdrop, eh? You like? I think you do. Currently running a 24 to 105. Best aperture it's going to get is probably f5.6. That's fine. That's fine for this. No problem with that at all. This scene, as just pointed out earlier, is of trees, and I'm just trying to get the balance. I've got some nice ferns and brambles sticking up that are mostly green with a little bit of lime green, and so got a bit of dark green, bit of lime green in them. And these are the ones I'm waiting for the sun to hit a little bit if possible. It's currently disappeared behind a fog bank again, I think. Can't quite see what's going on over there. And then pretty obvious, you've got the tall trees, all quite strong in their own right, and then in them little bushes of speckled colour. I like it. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of colour. It is quite busy. That's why I'd like that light, just to separate various bits of it. Whether I'll get it or not, I don't know. Bear with me. But if I capture the shot, here it is. It is getting a bit cold. Ooh. You can tell winter's just around the corner, I guess. Sun's risen a little bit, and I spotted from up there, there's another nice little bit. I'm just going to turn this around. I don't know how well this will show it off, but you will see, hopefully, that the sun is just catching the leaves there. I'm going to have to be quick with this one. But I like that there's trees here with no leaves at all, so strong, contrasty. But then behind them, which are just about to light up, I'm going to take a quick shot actually while we're talking. Got it all set up, of course, just for moments like this. I don't know where my button is. Yeah. So as the light hits the leaves at the back, I think that really creates a lovely image. Warming up now, amazing. So I just took a shot with the 7200 on. I was trying to get, I don't have a macro lens, but I wanted to try and catch these water drops on a branch looking towards a tree that had moss on it. To me, I thought it looked good. I don't know. I don't know if I'll put it up because it might be shocking. Maybe I will, just to say, look, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But if it does work, I'll accept all the praise. And if it doesn't work, well, I warned you. And then I've just seen this scene, which I think is nice. Let me swing the camera around. Okay, so ignoring this trench here, we're not interested in that. But these lovely trees here are super duper, quite dark, you know, still very a lot of green going on there. But then you see the fiery tops. Now I don't know if there's enough to make the image work because it's kind of focused. Oh, I'm doing it for my eyes. It's kind of focused there. Okay. And there is a little bit over here, but nowhere near enough. So I'm not sure. Maybe a portrait using these trees as a bit of a tunnel down to a bit of an avenue. Maybe. It's very dark on that side and a little bit light on the side, so there is a question of balance. But although the sun is coming from there, so I don't know. But I think one of the bits of advice, and I don't give much, I always say just take the shot, because when you get home, if it's rubbish, hit the delete button. It might turn out really nice. So I'm gonna give that a go. Then I'm gonna head over to the other side of this patch of woodland where it's a lot darker. Even when that sun gets higher, it's still going to be quite dark in there. So I'm gonna have to. This is why I've got to switch from my RF lenses, which only get out to about 5.6. Just don't let enough light in without increasing the ISO, which of course is, you know, you don't want to increase the ISO. But that's where the mushrooms will be if there are any right now. And I'm also everything's very wet today. It's really wet. You can use that to your advantage. But I thought I let people know the conditions. So it's now quite mild. It was cold. There is a little bit of condensation in the air. The sort of the haze from the fog banks just drifting through doesn't make a great deal of difference, but it is still atmosphere, and very wet, very damp. So lots of things are glistening, and it's whether do you want that, or do you want to chop it out with a polarizer. I like it. I've seen one tiny little shroom so far. Probably a bit early. Well, for here at least. So I may not get any shroom shots today. I mean, I don't have the lenses for it, but I would like to have done one. I might take a shot with my phone. See what you think. iPhone 14 Pro. And then I found some trees I can sit on a tree. I'm gonna have a cup of coffee, and then I've got a question from a follower. Thought I'd read that out and give you the answer. Okay, right, so it's break time. I'm going to have a cup of coffee, which I'm going to need my coffee things for, which knowing me, I've already forgotten. And what I hope to do, and I'm still going to try and do, is answer a question from a follower. So this is from Ian, who is in Adelaide, which is not in the UK. It's in Australia, which is apparently a country made of teeth. A country made of teeth. Incredible. And Ian asked a good question, and I felt rather than sit and just type it into the community chat or comments, which I'm positive not many people read, I'd do it here, answer it here. So first of all, thank you for the question. And Ian asked, and I hope I'm getting this right because I've got no signal on my phone. He said, and I'm paraphrasing because I literally can't remember it. He said, did I find that I guess the skill of composition, or the way even that I do the compositions here, came naturally or through training? I think that was the question. Forgive me if it wasn't. It sounds like a question, so that's what I'm putting to you. So I haven't been doing this for long, relatively, and I do not describe myself as a pro photographer at all, or videographer. If anything, I'm a pro retailer. And I have a few qualifications in language, in writing, etc. So, you know, I won't make light of the fact that I'm supposed to be good at communicating. And when I'm not doing this, where I'm just rambling on, I can communicate quite well. So there's that. And that you would argue, perhaps, that that's an artistic talent that maybe I've refined through training, by going to university, etc. So with photography, when I started doing it, it did feel, I definitely didn't have the technical skills. So I didn't understand ISO, which you should also always keep it at 100. I didn't understand ISO, I didn't know what the aperture did. I kind of understood shutter speed, I'd got that. And it didn't take long really to learn that triad. YouTube did that for me, and a few colleagues at work, my previous work. So the technical side, which you definitely need, you need to be trained or learn that, came very quickly, because it is pretty simple when someone spells it out to you as if you're a Labrador. And then I went out into the woodlands and also up on the Roaches, on the rocks, and started taking photographs, and I took them to be pleasing to my eye. Okay, I think that's the way a photographer, if I'm going to give any kind of statement at all, I think that's the way a photographer might well start, with something that's pleasing to their eye and that they want to capture and bring home and look at and study what they've done and hopefully get enjoyment from it. You know, I have a few of my photographs on the wall, and they're not just simply to remind me that I went to that place. They are there because what I captured draws me back to that place. I don't just remember it, I relive it. That's dead wanky, I know, but you know, I've got to answer the questions honestly. So the question, so did it come naturally, the composition? It's hard to say, because I watched a lot of videos. I watched a lot of, who did I watch? The big guys, Adam Gibbs, Photo Tripper, Thomas Heaton, Nigel Danson. So all the big lads that I'm sure most of you are going to be familiar with. And I learned a great deal from their early videos anyway. I did find that perhaps as I got better, that I started to grow apart from them, and what they were doing was less interesting to me than who they are. And I'm not going to disparage other YouTubers. I'll do that when I'm with Craig on our own. But some of them can't hold my attention, not because of they lack technical ability, far from it. I think all those guys are fabulous photographers. They really do a great job. But, you know, some of them genuinely either bore the tits off me or irritate me. And I will guarantee, and I know this from the fact that I lose subs, that I do the same with people who come to this channel. Oh well. So yeah, it's about who you like and what you like. And I like woodland videos, but then I like other stuff. You know, it's only just now that I've started to really enjoy exploring other avenues of photography, seeing if to see if I do have a compositional eye, if it is perhaps innate, that I can go and photograph skateboarding. I can go and photograph motocross. I can do a half marathon and capture the shots, and they're pleasing to my eye. So I think it's, Ian, I think it's a good combination of both. I think you always have this natural thing of what looks good to you no matter what. Only you know what looks good to you. As a species, we generally share a lot of this. But there'll be certain elements that look good to you, and perhaps that's what makes these great artists stand out, because they see things slightly differently to a lot of us, and then we see that for the first time through their eyes, and that draws us to them. That's my thought. So anyway, this coffee maker, I just stick a little pod in the bottom there. And then I put the lid on, which I just lost for a second. Put the lid on. There's no way that heated that up that fast, so I'm guessing I didn't hold the button long enough and it's just delivered me a cold coffee. That was a really shit example of this product, and that's probably why I don't get this stuff sent to me. Why'd you do it to me? Why are you playing me like a bitch? Nasty bastard. All right. Water's pissing out of it. There's no way it's done it that quick. Freezing cold. I don't want iced coffee. It does make iced coffee, but I don't want an iced coffee. Plus 2 seconds to heat and extract. What?